Yes, sir.
Most distinguished.
Yeah. How now?
Landlord.
Hi. Come. Thank you. Good morning.
Sir, get here. Mona, Karango, Mona, go. Philip. Oh, I'm help me now. Yeah.
Chief. We are taking charge.
Hello.
You know immediately. Go one side, go back. Photographer. Hey. Come on here. Bros, I beg, sorry. Come on here. Oh yeah. Take. This thing is so.
Take 11 now. I mean. Shifting this podium. Go front.
Excellent.
Okay, sir.
Reconciliation and Strategy Committee. Welcome the governors of Wike State. Former Senate President. I've been directed to inform of our great party, which is the inaugural neck of the chairman neck right now. Without wasting address.
The chairman of the BOT, all our NEC members to this first meeting of the newly elected. We didn't know that we are still newly elected because we thought we've been there for almost 2 years. So we welcome all of you to this very important NEC meeting. Let me start by apologizing particularly to BOT members who had been here, I think, since 2 o'clock. In our effort to ensure that all organs of the party are working, we've had a caucus meeting that has lasted very long to try and address a few issues. And that took us far beyond the 12 o'clock we had anticipated. So bear with us for the delay and the hunger we have caused you. But having said that, let me thank all members of NEC and all members of our great party for the confidence you have reposed in us to run the day-to-day affairs of the party. We thank all of you who voted for us on the 30th and 31st of October last year. As you all are aware, we couldn't take over immediately. We waited for the term of the former NWC to end, and therefore were inaugurated on the 10th of December 2021. And immediately after that, most of you and all of us went for Christmas, followed by New Year. This secretariat, for example, was not open for business until the 9th of January. So effectively, we were able to really work here after 9th of January. But in spite of that, we came in with a clearly defined program. And we started that program, which we titled the Strategic Plan. And we started with a retreat, which many of you attended and contributed. We thank all of you who participated in that retreat, particularly those of our members who gave very insightful papers that clarified not just our history, but the virtues and values we stand for. It was very, very useful because it helped us to chart our way forward. And since then, we have been doing the job you elected us to do. Not only did we heed warning by attending to very, very difficult issues, we are happy to say that since January, this NWC, which we put in place, has been able to resolve a lot of issues in our state chapters. We immediately had to address the issues of various elections. Some were midterm elections for houses of assembly, some for houses of representatives. And I'm happy to say that in all those elections, with the cooperation of all our members, the party was able to return to its winning ways. The party did brilliantly in the Federal Capital Territory. Realistically, we believe we won all the 6 local government elections. But the other party that doesn't believe in free and fair election, we are able to do what they know doing best by denying us victory in the rural-based local governments. But I'm happy to report to NEC that we won AMAC, which is really the main Abuja. Not only did we win, we won all the council elections in AMAC. We also won Kuje, which is again a heavily populated area. And we went ahead to win Buhari, which, as all of you know, is another important LGC in the FCT. Why are these 3 local government elections important? They represent every single part of Nigeria. And it was a clear testimony that Nigerians still have confidence in this party. That confidence was expressed not only in the chairmanship election, but also in the councillorship elections. We won 44 councillors to APC's 18. And when you distribute that on the ground, it shows clearly that even the one local governments they claim they've won, this party defeated them everywhere. I want to congratulate all of you and thank all those who stood by the party, led by our indefatigable landlord, Senator Aduda. Wow. He's the general that was in the war front, accompanied by several other generals, particularly our governors. When we put the team to tackle the FCT elections, people say we are killing a fly with a sledgehammer. We are happy we killed a fly. Even a nuclear bomb we would have used. The important thing is that PDP must return to its winning ways. And that was immediately accompanied by several other elections that came thereafter. In Plateau State, in Imo, in Cross River State, In Ondo State, we did very well in all those elections. Even in Ondo, where we were defeated, if you look at the figures, please, may we have less distraction, please? If you look at the figures, PDP did very well. APC had 25,000 votes, while PDP had over 23,000 votes. So it wasn't a catastrophic defeat. I want to thank you for all the support in those elections. Then, since then, we have been very busy with elections in Ekiti and Osun, and several other congresses that we had to do in states like Anambra and Lagos. I'm happy to say that despite of all the difficulties and challenges which you must have followed on the pages of newspapers and the social media, we were able to successfully produce a governorship candidate in Ekiti. It was very challenging, but with the combined efforts of the NWC, the BOT, and the Governors Forum, plus the National Assembly members in a committee we put together, we were able to navigate successfully and present a governorship candidate in Ekiti. We were able to do the same in Osun State. The NWC under my leadership is calling on all our leaders and members of the party, not just in Ekiti and Osun State, but all over the country, to join us in fighting for those elections, because they are winnable if we put aside our differences and make sure that we work as a team to win those elections. Those elections are important for several reasons. First of all, they will give confidence back to our members. Secondly, it will signal to Nigerians that the PDP is determined to take power in 2023, that's next year. We can't take power next year if we lose elections in the state chapters or in other constituencies. It is therefore very important that we unify the party. By unifying the party, we win election in the state chapters. By winning elections in state chapters collectively, we will be able to put those votes together as they come, and we'll definitely win the next presidential elections. We are out not just to win the next presidential election, but to increase our membership in the various houses of assembly in each state, to increase the number of governors of the country, to take full control of the National Assembly as we did at the outset of the party. And that is the only way the president will be comfortable to do the work of reuniting the country, a country very badly divided by the current administration, by the ABC. We will reunite the country and rebuild it from the wards, through the local government, through the states to the federal level, and restore the dignity of Nigerians as a people and the respect which we should usually enjoy in the international community. Nobody needs being preached to how badly the APC as a government have done. They have destroyed this country in every department, whether in the economy, which suddenly we are now being called the poverty center of the world. Under the PDP, we built this economy to be the best economy in Africa, and we are being respected everywhere we went. Nigerians were proud to stand up and hold the green passport and say, we are Nigerians. Today, the APC has reduced us to beggars and brought us virtually to a pariah state. I think it's a narrative that we have set out to correct, and together we will correct this very negative narrative. Apart from the economy, the security situation is terrible. We can't travel by road, we can't travel by rail, and recently we can't even travel by air for lack of aviation fuel. It will have never been so bad. I believe we must not lose focus of where we are going. Nigerians have confidence in the PDP. Nigerians believe that only this party will come to power and restore the glory of Nigeria. And it is on this note that I'm calling every single member of the PDP family to put their differences aside. We are not out to fight against ourselves. Our goal is to unite the party, go out, fight as we used to do, win elections as we used to do. And if you remember, when we started out, we had 21 governors in 1999. We built it to 28 governors. And I think maybe it gave us sufficient confidence to say that we are going to rule this country for 60 years. The fact that we made a mistake along the line and Nigerians lost confidence doesn't mean that that is impossible. It is still possible, because with unity, everything is possible. I call on every member of this party to forget their differences. If there are differences, we must settle such differences in-house. No party member should attack another party member. If there are any issues, we have different organs of the party to resolve party differences. We work tirelessly. We are talking to individual members who have differences among themselves, whether in the wards, whether in the local governments, whether in the states or the national level, because such distractions must not be allowed to continue. Anywhere there are problems, the National Working Committee and other leaders of other organs of the party will put heads together to resolve those differences. Nigerians should know that the PDP is back, will work as a team, and they will see the results very soon. Nigerians should not hope. Hope is on the way and rescue is on the way, and only this party can rescue Nigeria. You know what is happening in the other party. Everybody knows that it doesn't even exist as a political party anymore. You don't know who is their chairman, you don't know who is their secretary. There's massive confusion. A disorganized party obviously cannot run the country, and that's explained why the country is such a bad shape. I welcome you all to this NEC. We have important issues to discuss on the agenda. We'll discuss those issues, resolve them, and at the end of the day, we'll tell Nigerians some of the conclusions of this important NEC meeting. Thank you, and God bless everybody.
PDP, power to the people. Indeed, the great PDP has returned to his winning ways. I'm Governor of Rivers State. The PDP, power to the people. The remarks, His Excellency Alhaji Waziri Tambo,
National Chairman, in welcoming you to this 95th NEC of our great party, with further reassurance from your governors that we shall continue with the strong collaboration that we have with the new National Working Committee in the promotion of cohesion and the positioning of our party, and moving forward by the grace of God to win the elections of 2023. The chairman had spoken and he had made very, very important points on the situation of the country. And I believe that all of us here are interested in ensuring that we do not only retrieve Nigeria from the cliff, but we rescue it, reposition it, restructure it, and engender good governance in this country. For us to achieve that, we must all work together. In families, in communities, there must be disagreements. What is important is how to resolve them and to continue to hold together as a family with love, compassion, affection for one another and charging forward. And that is what we demand and we call on our leaders and members of the party. We must not lose focus. We must have our eyes on the ball. And by the grace of God, we shall score that goal. APC is in disarray, is in tatters. And it is clear that they cannot recover. In their effort to navigate themselves out of their self-invoked confusion, they are now beginning to adopt our ways. Cast your mind back to what they did on positioning of political party offices. And what they said, that the positions in the north should go to the south. The positions in the south should go to the north. Who did that first? PDP. So they have no business, they know that they have failed. They have no business remaining there to do patch-patch. We should be in a hurry, by the grace of God, to send them off and rescue our country. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Right, governors. While he was making his submission, the governor of Benue State.
Let me greet everybody who has, of course, showed up in this 95th NEC. But most importantly, let me commend the national chairman and his national working committee, and of course, in the manner in which they have handled the party affairs so far. But most importantly, let me commend our governors, how they have supported the party to successively conduct the primaries in Ekiti and Osun State. May I also thank the leaders of our great party for their unrelenting efforts and support to our caucus in National Assembly toward the successful passage and signing of the new Electoral Act, in addition to other pieces of legislation that guarantees credible elections as well as the well-being of Nigerians. I am also delighted to inform our women. I'm sure women are here. Women are here. I'm also delighted to inform our women that following their resilience, the efforts of our caucus and other well-meaning Nigerians, the House of Representatives has rescinded its decision on 3 bills out of 5 that borders on indigenship by marriage, citizenship by external marriage, and 35% provision for appointment into political offices. Your Excellencies, I address this NEC today with a sense of urgency in that general opinion across Nigeria today is that PDP should and must return to power at the center come 2023. This is because having exposed the APC, the harbinger of hardship, conceived in deception and lust for power, nurtured in arrogance and impunity, sustained in corruption, violence and suppression, Nigerians have returned to the PDP, a party of selfless and dependable statesmen and women whose interest is only in the well-being and development of our nation. Our leaders, my heart bleeds as I address you today. Millions of Nigerian families are mourning. Many more are starving. At every turn are frightening tales of death. ritual killings, kidnapping, banditry, missing persons, strange diseases, unemployment, divorces in homes, acute poverty, and hardship, with citizens now resorting to suicide and slavery mission abroad as options to living under the APC administration. The arrogant manner with which APC government treats Nigerians is unbearable and must be stopped. The APC has developed the culture of walking out on Nigerians on issues that border on their welfare and safety. This is why the Minister of Education can arrogantly walk out on Nigerian students who went to plead for his intervention in the ongoing strike by lecturers in public universities in the country. As we speak, hundreds of Nigerian students are still left behind in war-torn Ukraine. What a heartless administration. The recent disablement of a standard gauge train in Nigeria midway from Lagos to Ibadan due to alleged insufficient diesel underscores the carelessness and incompetence of the APC administration to manage critical sectors of our national life. Our healthcare system is in shambles, whereas your president, whose administration has wrecked our healthcare institutions, is constantly on medical trips in London with no concern for millions of our compatriots who cannot afford medical treatment abroad. The failure of the APC government to address the lingering petrol crisis, as well as fuel challenges in the aviation industry, which is crippling economic and social activities, underscores its insensitivity towards Nigerians. As we speak, our nation is facing the risk of shutdown of airline operations due to horrendous cost of aviation fuel. Leaders of our party, Nigerians are asphyxiating under the APC, and they look up to PDP for solution. As we take decision today and in incoming days, we must jettison our individual interests and set our eyes on the bigger picture. I urge all aspirants from House of Assembly to the top to rein in their supporters and guide their utterances. We must remain united so that Nigerians can march with us to take over governance in 2023. The recent court judgment that removed the governor, deputy governor, and 17 members of Ebonyi House of Assembly reinforces the fact that the PDP is intact. On the other hand, the APC has become nationalized, and their members can leave because the prescribed requirement for departing as provided by Section 68, Sub 1G, are now present in APC. Moreover, the APC is now practically defunct. It cannot conduct a valid national convention or produce legitimate candidate for election. As we are already aware, recently INEC refused to recognize APC's activities over flawed processes. We urge INEC to resist the pressure from APC to rescind its lawful stand. In PDP, we have no Yahoo governors. Unlike in APC, that is flooded with Yahoo governors. As a party, we must therefore begin to make preparations for the progressive-minded Nigerians who will, in the coming days, surge from the APC to join hands with us in the mission to rescue and rebuild our nation. Let me assure the NEC that our caucus in National Assembly is united, strong, and unwavering in our commitment towards the success of our country, towards the success of our party at all levels of engagement. And let me borrow the national chairman's slogan: PDP is back. Thank you for listening. God bless.
This National Executive Committee meeting. National officers, 27. Former President and Vice President, 3. Governors, 13. State Chairman, 37. National Assembly Members, Senate, 22. National Assembly Members, Reps, 32. Former principal officers of National Assembly, 24. 32, yes, sir. House of Reps, yes, sir. That's why I'm accrediting, sir. If I'm wrong, I may be corrected. Yes, members here. Yes. Yes, sir. Former principal officers of National Assembly, 24. Former governors, 32. Former National Working Committee members, 44. Board of Trustees members, 116. National ex-officio members, 36. Total, 386. So by the powers vested on the National Organizing Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, I hereby accredit this number to the 95th National Executive Committee meeting of the People's Democratic Party. I accredit, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.